Hi everyone. People have been asking me what I thought of Episode 7, The Force Awakens, ever since I went to the first showing Thursday night. I told everyone, I'm very excited to share my views on it, but I can't do that without talking about specifics from the movie. As this is my review, I have to tell you, spoilers ahead! I'll get right to it. Did I like the movie? Yes. I liked it back in the 70s when it first came out. It's called Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And that and The Force Awakens are the exact same movie! So I'm at the theater, the credits roll, and applause erupts all around me. And I'm looking around like, did we just watch Episode 7 or Episode 4? Now I know how Mugatu must have felt at the end of Zoolander.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Hear me out. The opening scene of The Force Awakens. Enter sinister guy dressed in a black mask flanked by stormtroopers. And the opening scene of A New Hope. Enter sinister guy in a black mask flanked with stormtroopers. Next event, Poe hiding sensitive information inside of a droid. Hiding sensitive information inside of a droid. Where have I seen that before? Oh, right! Next scene in The Force Awakens, droid escapes into the desert looking for a settlement. Next scene in The New Hope, droid escapes into the desert looking for a settlement. A few scenes later, droid falls into the hands of unsuspecting Force-sensitive hero. That seems familiar. Okay, I have to stop right here. I have to wonder what was going on in the Disney studios when this script was being pitched to the Disney executives. At any point, were any of the Disney executives thinking,
wait a minute. That sounds a little familiar. Did they already do that one? Because I think I read it.
Were the writers like, oh no, the first scene of that first movie took place on the desert planet of Tatooine. We're going to have the first scene of this movie take place on the desert planet of Jakku. Completely new and innovative direction we're taking here. And the executive was like, oh, that's true. Good point. Okay, proceed. At that point, the writers must have been like, you know, guys, we better switch up the chronology of these scenes a little bit. They're starting to catch on to us. In Episode 4, the next scene is where they find the sensitive information hidden inside the droid. Let's have that scene take place a little bit later in Episode 7. Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. At this point in The New Hope, we find out that the evil masked villain was a pupil of a Jedi before he turned to evil. At least that's something different. Oh, wait. Wasn't Kylo Ren a pupil of Luke Skywalker before he turned to evil? Next up in Episode 7, the Empire finds out that Rey has the BB-8 droid and hunts her down. What happened in Episode 4? The Empire found out Luke had the droids and hunted him down. What does Rey do when she needs to escape off planet? Well, she goes and finds a fast ship, of course. But not any ship will do. It needs to outrun Imperial starships. Not the bulk cruisers, mind you. I'm talking about the big Corellian ships now. One that's done the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Can you think of a ship that meets that criteria? One that I don't know. Was in Episode 4, maybe? Again, back to the Disney studios for just a sec. Execs. Wasn't that the ship from the first movie? Writers. Oh no, that one had a round radar dish. This one will have a square radar dish. Let's continue with even more parallels. Masked villain detects legendary hero's arrival by use of the Force. Check. Old hero shows new hero that the Force is real. Check. Han runs into creditors looking to collect on his debts. Check. Beautiful girl in white tortured for information. Check. Rebels mount a rescue to save the girl. Check. Villains demonstrate their super space technology by blowing up planets. Check. Back to the pitch room for a minute. Executives. So your plan is for the enemy to control a giant space weapon that has the power to destroy planets? Didn't we do that before? Writers. Oh no, you don't understand. That first one was just the size of the moon. This one, wait for it, will be the size of a planet. Executives. Okay, we'll go with it. But we really need to show how evil this organization really is. Killing millions on a planet just isn't enough. Writers. Oh, don't worry. In this movie, we're going to have the evil masked villain kill the legendary hero with a lightsaber. In The Force Awakens, in order to defeat the evil organization, the rebels have to get aboard the ultimate weapon and disable the shields. Is there a scene in episode 4 where they have to disable something aboard the super space weapon? Back to the writers. Oh, one's a tractor beam, the other's a shield. So again, creativity at work here. You get the gist, but let's talk about the big finale here. In The Force Awakens, there's a rebel briefing where they have to talk about how they're going to destroy this ultimate space weapon. And you'll never guess how they do it. They'll have a squadron of rebel ships fly in and hit the ultimate weapon right at its vulnerable spot, destroying it. At this point, I feel like I have to have a talk with Disney.
And this is the best that you can, that the government, the U.S. government can come up with? I mean, you're NASA, for crying out loud. You put a man on the moon. You're geniuses. You're the guys that think his shit up. I'm sure you got a team of men sitting around somewhere right now just thinking shit up and somebody backing them up.
But congratulations, Disney. You did it. You shattered box office records, and you did it with a remake. At least when The Karate Kid, Point Break, Poltergeist, all those movies were remade, at least they told us up front that we were going to be watching a remake. And now my final issue with the movie. It was the one thing that you absolutely needed to copy, but you didn't. When we see a person in a mask running around, we all ask ourselves the same question.
Why are you wearing a mask? Were you burned by acid or something like that?
If you're going to unmask your villain, you need to make him look like he needed to wear a mask. You know, like maybe his face was melted by the proximity of hot lava. How are we supposed to take Kylo Ren seriously when he looks like the dude from Mad Magazine? Hell, when they unmasked Blaster in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, that guy was better looking than the actor they have playing Kylo Ren. No wonder a girl with no training in the Force kicked his ass. Lastly, if by some miracle someone at Disney happens to see this video, give me a call. I'm happy to write the next 2 movies for half of what you're paying your current writers. But you better hurry. It won't be long before they copy episodes 5 and 6 for the next 2 movies. I just hope they don't have Rey seek out a Jedi Master to teach her in the ways of the Force. Oh, never mind. I'm too late.